Well, I guess Miss McGill's aiming to gun Bat Masterson.
Don't be a fool. Why, she wouldn't have a chance in a gunfight with a man.
I wouldn't bet against her. Miss McGill's a shooting woman.
Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
The Life and Legend of Wyatt Earp, starring Hugh O'Brien.
Women of the frontier, when Wyatt Earp was Marshal of Dodge City in 1876, had long been accustomed to scenes of violence and gunplay. But aside from tough show-offs like Calamity Jane, Belle Starr, and Pearl Hart, women rarely carried a gun or used one, and then only in some act of desperation. The circumstances which turned Mrs. Jane McGill into a shooting woman were unusual, and she became one of the most serious problems Marshal Earp ever tried to handle.
Gates locked. Let's cut the wire.
Here, take this axe.
Get away from that fence!
Now, take it easy, Ma. We got cattle on the drive, need water. You've locked the gate.
I promised feed and water for Mr. Hap Dorset. He'll be driving his own cattle in soon. I gave him my word.
First come, first serve.
You ain't cutting my fence. Now back off now.
Before you old bat.
No. Shooting a woman? Tobe will have Wyatt Earp throw her in jail.
All right, let's go.
Hush up, folks. Come here, girl. Come on. Trouble's over for right now.
Mama, you shot at them.
Yeah, over their heads.
Oh, how could you? I promised Marshal Earp that the next time we had any trouble, we'd send for him. What if they tell Mr. Earp? I could have driven into town.
By then, they'd have busted down the fence. And speaking of promises, I gave Hap Dorset my word.
Oh, him.
You like the boy, don't you?
I've said it 50 times. I'm not marrying to live on a ranch. I've seen all the cows and cowhens I can take.
You think you'd rather have Bat Masterson?
No, we're just friends. Bat has lots of girls, town girls.
And a roving eye.
You seem to forget that I'm quite grown up. In fact, tomorrow I'll be 21.
21? Well, that's right, Effie. You'll be of legal and voting age if they let a woman vote. Well, it all kind of comes to a head, your birthday and Hap riding in.
Now, Mama, I haven't promised Hap anything. So happens that Bat's gonna take
Well, I better hitch up that rig and get into town before the stores close and the bank.
Bank? Our credit's run out at the stores and we haven't a dime in the bank.
Tomorrow's the day, honey. You'll be 21. And I made a promise on it.
Mr. Masterson, come on out here. I want to talk to you.
Now, what's up?
Mrs. McGill again. Took a couple of shots at some of Tobe Lawson's cowhands. They talked him out of filing a complaint.
Well, thanks.
I want you to ride out there and give her a good talking to, though. Part of her farm's on the city limits now, and she's got to quit shooting at people every time she has an argument.
Or couldn't you go out there this time, Wyatt? She doesn't think too much of...
I didn't pick Effie McGill for your girl. You just read this to her mother.
Yes, sir, but why don't...
Anyway, you got no reason to be wasting Effie's time. Or do you intend to marry her?
Marry her? Well, I haven't more than kissed her a couple times.
Well, that's enough to give a nice country girl ideas.
Gosh.
Well, Mrs. McGill's caused me a heap of trouble, but I kind of like her. She's over 50, and I'm just 30, but we're both old-timers in the West.
Huh?
Well, I guess that seems kind of odd to you, but you're not an old-timer unless you haul to California by wagon train. Didn't Effie tell you that she and her folks...
Wyatt, they want you down at the bank right away.
Hold up.
No. Something about Mrs. McGill.
Oh, well, Deputy Masterson can go.
Well, they asked for you, Wyatt. The cashier said that...
All right. You know, maybe you should get married.
This is unusual, madam. It's been 10 years since we've been asked to cash gold nuggets. You're not a depositor here, and you don't seem willing to explain how you came by these.
Well, I didn't steal them.
No one's accused you of that, Mrs. McGill. It's just that banks have to be careful. At $20 an ounce, you have almost $300 here. Oh, Marshal Earp, thank you for coming so promptly. We have a matter.
Howdy, Mrs. McGill.
Howdy, Marshal. He thinks I stole them.
Gold nuggets, Mr. Earp.
Well, Mrs. McGill and her family were 49ers. Didn't you tell Mr. Perkins that?
I don't like to talk about it.
Well, you're perfectly safe in cashing them, Mr. Perkins.
Well, if she'd only explained. One moment and I'll have the cash for you, Mrs. McGill.
I'll be outside. I'd like to talk to you.
100, 200, and 300.
Thank you kindly. All that bother over a few piddling nuggets.
Well, that's going to start a lot of talk.
Ain't none of these town folks ever seen gold before?
Well, gold coins, but not any dust or nuggets. Oh, by the way, Tobe Lawson said that you took a couple of shots at some of his boys.
One shot. I aimed high. I told them I promised to save water and feed for Hap Dorset, but they started to tear down my fence.
Well, Mrs. McGill, I think that if you...
Well, didn't you tell me you hauled to California when you was 16?
Yes, I'm on a wagon train.
Yeah, well, us wagon trainers always took our own part.
Well, we had to then. You know, I can remember when my dad named me as the hunter, the whole party. I just about wore myself to a frazzle, stalking after all those buffalo and antelope. One day I put on a big rebellion. Yes, sir. I told my old man they just have to eat wild turkey and prairie chicken and quail. Those people got so sick of eating it, they started calling me Cluck Cluck. And that shamed me back into hunting buffalo again.
Yeah, and if you'd have found one of those bullwhackers that trying to steal meat, wouldn't you have taken a shot at him?
Well, in those times, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well, but you see, the law today says that people can't go around shooting other people just for trespassing unless you know for sure they aim to commit a felony. See, Mrs. McGill, times just aren't the same anymore. And I'm sure that Mr. Lawson would have been willing to pay for the food and the water and for the busted fence. Look, if anything like this happens again, you just have Effie come in to see me, huh?
All right. Depending there's time. But there ain't always been time, Mr. Earp. Long before you came to Dodge, I had to stand off hoodlums with a gun.
Yes, I know that.
Yeah, well, Effie will be hitting her 21st birthday tomorrow, and I aim to see Hap Dorset driving in with his first herd of steers. Well, like I told Effie, it's all coming to a head, and my work's almost finished.
Is the mother's job ever finished?
Handling the gold will be.
The gold? You got more of it?
Oh, yeah.
Well, now, you better bring it in here and put it in that bank.
It's safe, Mr. Earp. But I do thank you kindly.
Oh, scandal travels without a wire, swift and hot as a prairie fire, gossiping, gossiping, gossiping all over town. The busybody's tongue is mightier than the sword, swift and eager to spread the word, gossiping, gossiping, gossiping all over town.
Maybe it's just a lot of talk, Si.
Yeah. Maybe it ain't.
We better wait for the boss.
Why cut the whole outfit in on it? Just the old woman and her kid to handle. Ain't we men enough to do that?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh, they're beautiful. Just scrumptious, Mama. Did you, buy them on credit?
No.
But what with, then?
Never mind, they're paid for. Now, you try your dresses on. I gotta fix that fence.
Marshal Earp was here.
What do you want?
He thinks you've got some gold hidden on the place. And if that's true, he thinks you should put it in the bank.
I'm waiting for Hap Dorset.
Hap? What's he got to do with your money?
More than Wyatt Earp or Bat Masterson have.
Now, Mama, you wouldn't be so foolish as to try to bribe Hap into marrying me. I told you, I'm not going to marry a cattleman. We've had nothing all these years but 50 scraggy acres and this tumble-down old house. Smelly cowhands and bawling steers and drunken hoodlums you had to threaten with a gun.
It's been hard for you. I know that.
And worse for you. Why did you hide the gold? Why didn't you sell this place and move us into town?
The gold has blood on it.
Oh, you mean that Papa and John...
Wasn't their fault. I was the one who wanted to travel west. And then when we'd made our pile and started back, I got a fence that needs mending.
Tell me the rest of it. I want to understand.
When the posse had saved you and me, and when I was well enough, I went back to that ambush. I couldn't even find the graves. The buffalo had stomped the earth flat, killed the grass and the prairie flowers. What do you buy with blood? Pretties like them things? A house in Dodge City on a 2x4 lot? Your Papa and John, they didn't like the mines. They wanted to homestead land in California. Gold, that was my doing. What have you been guarding all these years? The dirt, the water in the well, the pond, the trees, the sky? And a fool of an old woman. And a girl who won't learn from her mama's foolishness.
Howdy, Miss McGill.
Half Dorset.
I'm a little late getting here.
Well, it's about time. Where are your cattle?
Oh, down the trail a piece. Well, how's it been going, Ma? And how's Effie?
We're all right, but the drought got you, didn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I'm only bringing in about 100 head.
Oh, well, that's better than I expected.
No, Ma.
Oh, some small outfits ain't driving at all this season. You can rest them here and put some weight back on them. I've been holding it for you, Hap.
Well, I knew you'd keep your part of the bargain. But me, well, I can't even pay until I sell the steers.
Hap, don't worry about the pay, but kind of keep the bad news from Effie, huh?
No use, Ma. She can count cattle.
Oh, you can brag you shipped from Wichita or that you sold most of them to a trail buyer now, can't you?
No, ma'am. I never did have any luck lying to women. She'd find me out as quick as you did.
Take a look yonder.
Your mother's got Wyatt awful worried this time. He didn't order me to come out here. He asked me as a personal favor. Wyatt doesn't ask personal favors just for nothing, Effie.
You tell Mr. Earp that it is true what we were talking about, but I can't do a thing with Mama.
You ain't going to get any place with Effie eating humble pie. I tried that. Failures, young girls nowadays don't tolerate them.
Well, I'm all kinds of a fool, and the drought starved me out, so what chance would I have asking her to marry me?
Don't that horse of yours want some water?
He sure does. Water, Patches. Water.
Sure is thirsty.
I better do a patch-up job for you there.
Nope. Hold me up that milk can. I'm going to change my bank.
That ain't real gold.
Yes, sir.
Well, thunderation, Ma, you shouldn't keep it there.
Is that all that interests you?
You should put it in a Wells Fargo bank or someplace.
Hap, I want to lend you some of that right now.
Oh, no.
Look, you can buy some more cattle, build a ranch house. It would all belong to you and Effie. I don't want none of it.
Thanks, Ma. Thanks just the same.
Hap, I know it looks like I'm trying to buy you for Effie, but that ain't the main point.
Well, there sure must be another point. You know I'd marry F tomorrow, and I wouldn't charge you a nickel.
Look at Hap, listen. Wait a minute. Well, ain't you gonna say howdy to an old friend?
My goodness, it is you, Hap Dorset.
Yes'm.
The sun was in my eyes and I couldn't make you out. Why, you look plumb tuckered, Hap. Aren't we going to invite him to supper, Ma?
He's invited.
Well, thanks, but I can't stay.
Why not?
Well, my cattle, Effie, I left them resting up the trail.
But you have cowhands to look after them.
One cowhand. We'll be driving in about midnight if you'll just give me a key to the gate, Ma.
I've got an extra one here.
Thanks. Maybe you'll invite me to breakfast.
Why, of course.
You sure get prettier every time I see you. And, Ma, you changed banks again. Well, bye.
One cowhand. Must have made a big success.
He tried.
Poor Hap.
Don't say that about him. He's been fighting the drought and his range dried up, and there was nothing he could do about it except keep his courage.
All right, Mother. All right. I promised Bat I'd meet him in town. Can I use the rig?
No.
Very well. I can walk.
Oh, forget what I said. You can use the rig. It's already hitched up.
Thanks, Ma.
Well, the girl's out of the way.
What are we going to do about the old lady?
Scaring and talking.
That dog, he might raise a rumpus.
No, he won't. Come on, let's get at it.
Hey, come here.
Boots.
You reckon she's still in the house?
I don't know. Seems kind of strange. Woman sees her own dog shot. Don't come running out or nothing.
Probably scared to death. Maybe she ain't here.
Let's look around.
The other one's in the parlor, dead. They killed my dog.
Here, let me do that.
You gonna arrest me?
Yep. Those men were Hogan and Lacey. They run with the Bangs gang. I've got to keep you in protective custody.
For how long? Hap will be driving his cattle in at midnight.
Billings and his crowd will be here before that, maybe. They're bound to have heard what happened.
I've caused you enough trouble.
You sure have.
Well, why worry with protecting me? If the rest of the outlaws come, let them ransack the place and take what they can find.
That isn't the law, Mrs. McGill. You've been wrong, but the law still has to protect you.
It's in the milk can in the well.
That's your mama's business, not mine.
What?
I'm not thinking about her and her money.
Oh, or me either.
She wouldn't turn in that gold when Wyatt told her to. Then she up and shoots two of Bud Billings' hoodlums. When the rest of them come, we may have a big gunfight on our hands. And all because your dear mama never heard of banks to keep money in.
Well, I thought you'd be willing to make allowances.
Not when folks get Wyatt into a lot of needless trouble.
Wyatt, always Wyatt. So he comes first?
Well, that's my job.
And the important thing is that, well, even though you started for the gold first, you always had the land in your head.
Yeah.
You know, I guess us wagon trainers are all alike. I've always wanted to have a cattle spread of my own.
Wyatt, big cloud of dust on the road out of town. Looks like Billings is on his way.
All right. Mrs. McGill, you and Effie go in the house. Stay strictly out of this. Get those horses in the corral.
Those my men, Hogan and Lacey?
That's right.
Told me back in town some crazy woman bushwhacked them.
You heard wrong, Mr. Billings. They shot her dog and then broke into her house.
That don't sound likely, Earp.
Well, that's what happened. You climb down off that horse, and I'll show you where Lacey died in the parlor. I'll show you where the dog's buried, too, if you like.
Why would they do it? Broken down old place like this.
Well, Mr. Billings, they thought there was a lot of gold buried here. Didn't they send you word?
No.
Well, I guess they decided to take it on their own. Well, I've told you the truth. I've said all I'm going to say.
I heard you called a lot of names, Earp. Liar ain't one of them. Reckon Hogan and Lacey got what they deserved.
We'll let the court decide that later.
See you.
Yeah.
I see now. That's the way the new law works. At least when Mr. Earp's around.
What?
Yeah?
Effie says that gold is in a milk can down the well.
You go haul this stuff up. I'll go ask Mrs. McGill if I can't take it on over to the bank.
Yes, sir.
Here. Mrs. McGill, I'd like your permission to take and put that gold in the bank. Mr. Masterson says he knows where it is.
All right. Might as well take these along.
Yeah, that's a good idea, too. Excuse me for a minute. Miss Effie, Mr. Masterson is one of my best friends, but I can't say that he's good material for a husband yet.
No, he isn't.
I talked kind of mean to your mother, asking you not to add anything to it. It's a tough job getting blood off gold, and what she did all these years, she did for you.
I know that now.
You know, as an old wagon trainer myself, I'd just like to say that Mrs. McGill could captain a wagon train for me anytime, any place.
Well, I guess it's North Texas, Mr. Earp.
Saddle up. Take those with you. You know, Effie and Hap are going to need you.
Effie, did she say... You sure?
North Texas, that's what she said. But they're never going to make it without you.
Oh, go on now.
No, I mean it. North Texas is big country. It's a lot more your size than this little farm. When the northern winds start screaming and your grandchildren, they come down with the croup. You be there, Mrs. McGill.
I thank you. I thank you kindly. Old timer.
The West Country, he made law and order prevail. and none can deny it. The legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail. Oh, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. Long may his story be told. Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
On the Kansas frontier in the late 1870s, what men called justice was often savage. Alleged rustlers and horse thieves were hanged by their captors without trial. Judges like Roy Bean and Oklahoma Parker ordered men to the gallows for crimes which today would be punished by imprisonment. Wyatt Earp, as Marshal of Dodge City, was one of many peace officers who stood against lynch law and the severity of so-called legal justice. When Dal Royal, a Texas cowhand, was sentenced to be hanged for murder, Marshal Earp and Sheriff Bat Masterson staged a two-man fight against the cruel indifference of the public and the bloodlust of the gallows.
All right, there he is. Roll your hats in these bushes. Get those masks on. You two, take him alive if you can. I don't think he'll put up a fight, but if he does, we'll be ready for him. Move on out. Come on. Out.
Got them both, Judge.
My fault. I should have ambushed him. Take off their masks and their guns. We'll hang that traitor legally for murder.
Mr. Royal, this court has found you guilty of murder in the first degree. You offered no defense. Have you anything to say now? Very well. This court sentences you to be hanged. Sheriff Masterson?
Yes, Your Honor.
You will escort the prisoner to jail in our county seat, Dodge City, from this court in Buckland. You will execute the order of the court before sundown tomorrow.
I gotta do the hanging?
You're the sheriff of all of Ford County, aren't you?
Well, yes, but...
It's part of your duties to execute condemned murderers.
Well, I just never thought... I reckon I never took that part of my job into consideration.
Sheriff, I happen to be chief magistrate of Buckland Township, Ford County. You'll carry out my orders.
Yes, sir. By sundown tomorrow?
I'll put it in writing for you. You've heard of malfeasance in office.
Well...
Failure to comply with a court order could result in immediate removal as sheriff.
Yes, sir.
Court is adjourned. You'll wait here for this order to be written, then get on your way to Dodge City.
It wasn't murder. Why didn't you say so? Why didn't you say something?
I couldn't.
Why?
Thanks just the same, Sheriff. I'm not talking. You better take that order and let's go.
Thanks. All right, you stand over there. I'll help you on your horse when we ride to Dodge.
Marshal Earp.
That's right, ma'am.
Oh, thank goodness. I was afraid you might be out of town. Have you heard about Dal?
I'm afraid I don't know what you mean, ma'am.
Well, could we talk in your office in private?
Certainly.
I'm Alice Hendricks. My papa owns the KT spread. Dal Royal, the boy I mentioned, was our foreman. We just got word he's in awful trouble.
Come on inside.
Thank you. That awful Judge Smith at Buckland sentenced him to death, Marshal. Sheriff Masterson is bringing him here. Oh, Dal wouldn't murder anybody. Even Papa admits that. And I want to hire lawyers. Do anything to help Dal. But most of all, will you help him?
Well, I do what I can, Miss Alice, but it happened out in the county, and that's under the jurisdiction of Sheriff Masterson.
Papa says Bad is just a kid. I need you, Mr. Earp.
Well, he's not a kid. He's a very capable man, and he...
Dal! Oh, Dal! Dal! Dal, why didn't you send us word? Why didn't you...
Now, Alice, you keep out of this.
I will not. Why'd you let that judge do such a horrible thing? Oh, handcuffs. You take them right off. Dal isn't a criminal.
Alice.
Don't blame me, ma'am. I begged him to talk up for himself at the trial, but he wouldn't do it.
I'm going inside.
I'm going in, too. Don't you try to stop me. Marshal Earp, could I talk to Dal alone, please?
Certainly, ma'am. You can go right in there. When they're finished, you book them and lock them up.
Kind of pretty, that gal. Maybe she can get the truth out of him. And look what I gotta do. You talked me into running for sheriff. You didn't tell me I was gonna have to hang people.
Dal Royal sentenced to be hanged for murder of Hanby and Tremont. Well, is Mr. Royal guilty?
2 unarmed cattlemen dead on the trail near Buckland. A lot of horse marks, one set led into town. A friend of the men pointed out Dal as having quarreled with him. When I arrested him, he'd thrown his 6-gun away. One of my deputies found it in a ditch, 2 empty cartridges. Dal wouldn't say anything.
You say there were a lot of horse tracks? More than 3?
Yeah, 6 or 7. Looked like Dal might have been riding with a gang. Had a fight and shot a couple. And what are you going to do if a man won't talk?
Well, you think he's guilty?
No, sir, I don't. I think he shot him, but he doesn't look like a fellow who'd fire on unarmed men.
Yeah, well, that's what we have courts for, to decide that.
That boy's been eating loco weed or something. He says he can't talk because they'll get me.
Who's they?
He won't tell. You're a fine sheriff. I bet you don't even know the names of the hoodlums Dal's supposed to have murdered.
Hanby and Tremont. And they weren't hoodlums.
They weren't?
No, they were cattle ranchers from East Texas.
You ever hear of them, Miss Alice?
No, but Dal's an East Texas boy. What do you aim to do about it, Mr. Earp?
Well, time is getting kind of short. Judge Tobin will be here tonight. I'll ask him for a stay of execution.
You see? Marshal Earp wants to help us.
Sheriff Masterson is handling the case, ma'am.
Do you advise me getting a lawyer?
No, ma'am. I advise you to keep after Mr. Royal. You try and get him to talk. You can threaten him or use persuasion or whatever your female wisdom decides. In the meantime, you and I will shake out the town. Ought to be somebody in Dodge who remembers Hanby or Tremont.
What if I can't persuade him? Will you give me a key and let me turn him loose?
No, we won't.
I'm afraid we couldn't do that, Miss Alice. And don't you waste your very considerable charm on us. You just work on Mr. Royal.
I will. Oh, I will. Thank you. I'll threaten that boy not ever to speak to him again.
Girls. She doesn't believe that tomorrow before sundown I'm going to have to...
Well, maybe it's kinder if she doesn't. Come on, let's go to work.
Why does she kiss you and act so at me?
I think that maybe deep down she knows what you may have to do.
What for?
I want to talk to you.
What's that,
Look, I want to ask you once more. A man's life depends on this.
I'm thinking about my life.
Now, you're not going to get hurt.
What about them whitecaps?
Whitecaps? What do you know about them? Were Hamby and Tremont whitecaps? Were they?
Yes!
What about Del Royal? Was he one too?
I don't know. I don't know nothing. Just let me out of here.
Now, Mr. Royal, we have reason to believe that Hamby and Tremont belong to the Whitecaps.
What's that?
You know the Whitecaps.
Maybe you won yourself. Maybe that's why.
The Whitecaps are an offshoot of the old clan. Now, I got a hunch you belonged. Maybe you quit.
And when they tried to bushwhack you, you shot Hanby and Tremont and rode into Buckland.
Now, Judge Tobin will be here in a few minutes. If this is true, or any part of it's true, you should tell the judge. He might grant you a stay of execution.
For how long?
Long enough for us to dig into that Whitecap gang.
That'd take a long time, Sheriff. Meanwhile, Alice and her father... Thanks just the same.
You won't talk to the judge?
Marshal, I know the Whitecaps. You don't. You're asking me to buy a little time at the risk of Alice's life. Would you do that if you were in my spot?
No.
Of course you wouldn't, and neither would Bat. One thing you can do for me, though. Get Alice out of town and let me swing tonight.
No. We're going to try and break up this Whitecap outfit. With your help, Mr. Royal, or without it. So anyway, Judge Tobin, Mr. Masterson and I think that it was a Whitecap deal. We think they framed Mr. Royal into that murder charge after failing to bushwhack him.
Any evidence?
No, sir, not yet. They work in secret.
Yes. And I can understand young Mr. Royal's fear of talking. But I can't grant the stay, Wyatt. I'd be in immediate trouble with Judge Smith at Buckland.
Sir, you outrank him.
It's not that simple, Wyatt. We'd have to go to the Supreme Court or the governor. And only on the basis of new evidence. Now, you haven't got new evidence. Just a theory.
No, sir. A man's life depends on it.
Check Front Street.
You know who he is?
Yeah, he's the man who told me about Hamby and Tremont.
Whitecaps, huh? Let me talk to Dal Royal this time.
Whoever he was got away.
Take him on over to the coroner's office.
Come on, give me a hand.
And you're a fine southern boy. Why would you shield these hoodlums at the cost of your life?
He's afraid they'll kill me.
They killed a man right outside this jail.
Marshal Earp will give you both police protection. But unless you make a signed statement admitting former membership in the Whitecaps and naming your associates, I can do nothing for you.
Alice and I can't hide behind Marshal Earp forever. The way it has to be, she'll live.
I don't want to live.
Boys never really rung the town out. No luck at all. You gone into the harness maker's trade?
Yeah, I've been working at this most of the night. You're just about Mr. Royal's size. Come on over here and try this on.
What's the idea?
Well, I got this trick from Tom Iron. He's an old-time circus strongman. Used to let them hang him in front of an audience to prove how strong his neck muscles were. Now, he wore this harness to take up the shock. Now, the rope around his neck looked like it was rigged to be tight, but it really wasn't. If you was Hook in the back?
Well, fake hanging, huh?
That's right.
Well, great. I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to go through with that other thing.
We want this hanging to look good, but not too good. We want the Whitecaps, whoever they are, to be suspicious, and this will help smoke them out.
If Royal and the girl do their part.
I'm not worried about them doing their part. Worried about the judges.
Well, Judge Smith's over at Buckland. Judge Tobin will take your word.
That's the trouble.
Huh?
Well, if Judge Tobin asked me any questions point blank, I couldn't lie to him.
Well, I will.
Oh, no. No lying. Just have to hope that the Whitecaps move fast. Now, come on, take that off.
This is your last chance, Mr. Royal. You have anything you want to say?
No, sir.
You still deny you had anything to do with the Whitecaps and you refuse to name them, huh?
Let's get it over with.
Sheriff Masterson? Carry you over to the office.
That's good. You and your men stake out over there someplace. I'm going to go on back to the office and see what's happening.
You know, Judge Smith was in the crowd. Why'd he come all the way from Buckland?
Well, Pete Albright was in the crowd, too. There are a lot of buzzards hanging around. You keep an eye on that.
Why doesn't he just let us make a run for it? Once we're back at the ranch, Pop and the boys will take care of things.
No, Mr. Earp's handling it right.
But how long will you have to hide out down here?
Not too long, he says. Now, calm down, honey. We're alive.
Why don't you tell him who the Whitecap leaders are?
Telling wouldn't do a lick of good. Mr. Earp has to prove it. We have to trust him, Alice. It's our only chance.
Oh, Judge Tobin.
Oh, good evening, Mr. Albright.
Say, there's been a lot of ugly talk around town. I thought you ought to know about it.
Talk?
Yeah, they're saying that Earp and Masterson didn't really hang that fellow.
What?
Yeah, the talk is they faked it somehow. I'm not saying I believe it.
Nonsense. The man's buried.
Well, a lot of folks aren't satisfied. They wouldn't let anyone view the remains up close. They hustled the body into the coffin and sealed it. Masterson's deputies.
Are you making a formal charge?
Not me. But Judge Smith is fixing to, I hear.
Oh, Judge Smith of Buckland's in town?
Yeah, over at the Texas house. Maybe you ought to have a little talk with him.
No. It's a lot of foolishness. I'll clear this up with Marshal Earp.
Well, he...
Silly gossip. And I advise you not to repeat it. And in all my time on the bench, I never heard such a story, Wyatt. You and Masterson are in contempt of court. You're guilty of malfeasance in office. You asked me for a stay of execution. And when I properly refused, you defied me. Now, where's the prisoner?
I'm sorry, sir.
You sneaked him away. And you refused...
Sir, all I need is a little time. An hour, maybe 3.
Preposterous. I ought to suspend you from office. Arrest you.
Judge Tobin, do you know anything about the Whitecaps?
Of course I know the Whitecaps. They're an illegal crowd of thugs and murderers, but the point is...
No, sir, the point is you can't get evidence on the Whitecaps by ordinary police work. Sir, they hide behind masks. The member quits them like Mr. Royal did. They either try to ambush him or frame him into a hanging. If Callahan tries to tell on him, they shoot him down right in front of this jail. No, sir, you gotta try and smoke him out of hide and catch him red-handed.
And you think you can?
Yes, sir. Just give me until midnight. Look, if Mr. Masterson and I don't have any evidence by then, I'll surrender Mr. Royal and you can fire us and all our deputies. Sir, there are peace officers and judges all over this country that are risking their lives trying to get rid of the Whitecaps. Now, all I'm asking you to do is to risk a few hours.
Well...
I saw him before. How about him?
No, he's a stranger to me.
Just a couple of nobodies. Come on, we'll take him to Wyatt. Maybe they'll talk.
What's all this?
They started to open the grave and we jumped him. We're wearing these masks.
9 minutes to 12. That's cutting it pretty fine. I don't suppose they'll talk.
No, sir.
Then let them rest in jail a while. I'll continue the stay of execution.
Thank you, sir.
Judge Smith may object, so I'll have to wire Chief Justice Morgan. But no more illegal procedures. This will give you time to crack the case.
Right, sir.
Brick, put them on bread and water. Maybe they will talk. Well, Miss Alice went back to the hotel.
Hey, now, you're not going to turn Dal loose. He's still a prisoner, and we promised the judge
You
we're gonna...
promised. I didn't say a word.
Now, look, Marshal.
You're in the clear. Whatever happens next, the judge can hang me. And you go bring Mr. Royal up from the cellar. I want to have a little talk with him.
All right. Now, this is the shortest trail between Dodge and the Hendricks Ranch. Now, as soon as the Whitecaps find out that we're moving you out, they'll guess that we're heading towards the home of your future father-in-law.
Maybe. Maybe they'll set a nice little ambush, too.
Well, that's our one hope, Mr. Royal.
Hope? You take a prisoner out of jail, let the Whitecaps know we didn't hang him, and then ride into an ambush.
Well, Sheriff Masterson trails the bushwhackers with his deputies. It's up to you, Mr. Royal. I can't ask you to...
I don't know. I don't like it. Something might go wrong with the timing, and then they'd have both of you in a box.
No, he's right, Sheriff.
You tired of living?
I ain't living this way. Either they hang me for sure or turn me loose for a Whitecap party later on. Let me go by myself, Mr. Earp. You ride with Bat and the deputies.
No, then they'd suspect a trap. Anyway, Mr. Masterson promised Judge Tobin to be strictly legal.
What you want to do is legal?
Sure it is. I'm not turning him loose. He'll still be in my custody. Now, just you and the boys, be careful how you shoot. I want to take that gang alive. Jigger. Jigger, come on in here. Now, I want you to do me a little favor.
I thought
He's not a ghost, Jigger. You see, we had to fake the hanging. He's still got an awful lot of enemies, so we're taking him to old man Hendricks' ranch. Now, we're leaving tomorrow morning at sunup, and I'd like for you to pass the word.
Yes, sir. I sure tell him.
Are we gonna wait till they jump Wyatt?
No. Wyatt's too tender-hearted about killing. Come on, let's get out.
All right, hold it. Drop him.
No.
Well, Wyatt, they're dead.
Did you have to kill him?
I couldn't see any other way. Judge Smith, Pete Albright. I don't like hanging people. Better to drop them in an open fight. Anyway, they fired at me first.
You made it too easy. You could have got him for you. All right. Let's load him on the horses. A couple of you men get off there and help.
Dal! Oh, Dal!
Your Honor, Sheriff Masterson and his deputies had a little fight with the Whitecaps. Unfortunately, 2 of them were killed, but, well, I think the rest of them will turn state's evidence and clear Mr. Royal.
Well done, Sheriff. And where were you while all this was going on?
Well, I tell you, sir, I took Mr. Royal out for some fresh air. You see, sir, I felt it was absolutely necessary to keep up his vigor and strength.
You were very thoughtful, Mr. Herb, as always.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
All right, come on, let's get these prisoners into jail.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
Hey, Curly, I'm not Wyatt Earp. I'm just his little brother, Morgan. You're not afraid of me. Get your deputies out of the way and we'll shoot it out, just you and me. All right? Just the two of us. Walk out, Curly. I'm coming out.
Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
The Life and Legend of Wyatt Earp, starring Hugh O'Brien.
Historians credit Wyatt Earp with more than 100 gunfights. Wyatt himself never kept count. Marshal Earp did not like gunfighting, and he avoided a showdown with .45s whenever he could. Thus, when his younger brother Morgan arrived in Dodge City, Wyatt was confronted with an emotional problem. Bat Masterson's brother Ed had been killed in a gunfight. Was young Morgan Earp to go the same way? Or how could Wyatt save his brother from the hoodlums of Dodge City? Especially when Morgan was a brave but hot-headed young buckaroo with romantic notions of becoming a deputy marshal.
No. That ain't Wyatt Earp.
Are you sure, Curly?
Wyatt don't dress that way.
Well, from here, that fella sure looks like Earp.
Wyatt didn't fall for our trick. We're gonna have to think of something smarter if we aim to bushwhack him. That's what we're gonna do. We have to stay here for a month.
Hey, you ain't Wyatt Earp. Oh, excuse me. We all make mistakes. No hard feelings, I hope.
I'll keep this until you're sober. Stay out of my way.
Hold it! Did you fire that shot, Mr. Miller?
We all make mistakes.
Howdy, Wyatt.
Morgan! Oh, for God's sake, it's good to see you.
Nice, friendly little town you got here.
Hey, Mr. Miller, that was my kid brother you were shooting at. You know that?
Sorry.
Now, you go turn yourself into jail.
A very definite mistake. Excuse me.
Don't go too hard on the man, Wyatt.
A drunk can kill you just as dead as a sober man, you know. Golly, Morg, it's sure good to see you. Hey, how are the folks?
In good health, but a little provoked at me.
Oh, how's that?
Grandpa wanted me to read the law in Monmouth. Mom and Dad kind of expected me to settle in California.
Well, you're 21.
You never did lecture me, Wyatt. My favorite brother.
Come on, let's go up to my room where we can talk. Got the whole family to catch up on.
Wait till I get my gear.
Right.
I want Virgil to come to Dodge with me. But you know Virg. Wanted to make his pile and get rich. So he went off to the Black Hills. Claim a gold strike at Deadwood.
Oh?
Well, that's the family news. Except, we keep hearing talk about the famous Wyatt.
Well, I'm not famous, and I'm sure not rich.
Now, you get there. Wyatt, I kind of think I'd like to work for you.
Work for me?
I'm hitting you for a job as a deputy.
Uh-uh. No, sir. Not for me.
Why?
Because Mr. Masterson let his brother Ed talk him into a job like that. A couple of hoodlums killed Ed.
Yeah, but why?
Look, there's no sense arguing. I'm not going to take the responsibility of having you hurt.
Nobody's gonna hurt me.
Morgan, there are an awful lot of angles to this that I haven't got time to explain to you right now. If anything happened to you, Grandpa will really lay me out for it. Look, we'll talk about it at dinner, okay?
Whiskey. Dr. Holliday.
Hello, Morgan. I haven't seen you since Texas.
That's right.
Deacon Earp would not approve of our association. Although by my bad example, I've turned hundreds away from strong drink.
Wyatt doesn't think much of me either.
What have you done?
I asked him for a job as a deputy. He thinks I might get hurt.
I'm looking for big-headed Wyatt Earp. Where'll I find him?
Better try the jail, mister.
Take it easy. No. I'm Wyatt's brother.
Don't reach. Morgan, you stay out of this. On your feet. You're one of Curly's men. You tell Curly Brocious he can find Wyatt if he has the nerve to come into Dodge. Now move. Think you're immortal?
Why?
That was Johnny Ringgold. You don't hit him with your fist and then turn your back to get your gun from the rack. Besides, he wasn't out cold.
Look, I'm not as scared of him. I'll go shoot it out with him now.
Now, wait a minute. I want to talk to you, Morgan. In there. Well, if your heart's set on working for Wyatt, I can help you get the job. But I must warn you, it isn't much of a job.
What's wrong with it?
As the insurance folks say, the life expectancy is limited. You know, your brother's been marshal here a lot longer than any other man. Naturally, he's made a lot of enemies. Johnny Ringgold and Curly Brocious are two of them.
Doc, I just ain't scared.
You young fellas got a whisper in your ear that says, it won't be me, it couldn't be me. I used to hear that.
Here, Doc, rest yourself.
And wait until the coffin has passed. Spell it C-O-F-F-I-N and you got a good pun. I don't argue with a young fella like you. I know you're dead bent to stay in Dodge and work as one of Wyatt's deputies, and... All right, I'll talk to Wyatt for you. Now, you let me handle this.
Morg, for gosh sake, I heard you tangle with Johnny Ringgold and that you
Sit
almost
down. Mop your fevered brow.
Now, look, Doctor,
Sure, I know. It's a family matter.
Look, I didn't get hurt. I just popped Ringgold on the jaw, and Doc here covered me while I went to get my gun.
What if the doctor hadn't been there?
Shut up, both of you. Morgan wants to stay in Dodge, so I hired him on as one of my faro dealers. Any objection?
Yes, there is. No brother of mine deals faro in this town. You know that.
All right. You hire him.
Oh, the tight cinch, huh? Well, it's not going to work. If Morgan insists on staying here, I'll find him a job.
What kind of a job?
A good job, better than wearing a star.
Now, look, Wyatt.
I'm sorry, Doc. You tried. It's time to eat. I'll tell you about it then.
Yes, sir.
Well, what'd you find out? Nothing good.
He's got his kid brother with him, and Doc Holliday's riding close herd on both of them.
We can't get at Earp and Dodge. Best idea is to draw him out here. We'll hit the Abilene stage tomorrow. Leave a good trail into these rocks.
Wyatt, I'm not going to be any good at selling hardware.
Mayor Kelly wants you to take over the gun department.
Well...
Look, selling guns is a lot better than shooting them. Why don't you give it an honest try, Morgan?
As you say, big brother.
One Earp in this town is plenty. I figure we can give the great marshal a lesson by knocking off his baby brother. He's got him stashed in the job at Kelly's Hardware. We can do it real quick, then blow.
Are you busy or just pretending?
I'm busy.
And you won't mind it if I take up your time with useless argument.
Morg likes his job fine.
He should be wearing a star. He's a mark for every drunken cowhand who doesn't like you and wants to take it out on him. You know, when a man wears one of those stars, a lot of gunslingers think twice before they get hostile.
I think twice anyway.
Nope. Jim Perkins and 4 of his boys from the Big T are laying for Morgan right now.
Where?
Kelly's Hardware. Soon as he gets back from lunch.
Al, put these papers back in the safe.
Huggins decided to take that new Winchester. Better lay it aside for him.
Right, Mr. Kelly. Who left the 6-gun?
Oh, that's mine. Well, thank you very much. I know you're going to enjoy that lamp a lot. Better keep that 6-gun handy, Morg. There's some loafers across the street. I don't know what they're up to.
Yes, sir.
Pete, Si, we'll go in. You boys keep an eye on the door. Howdy. Pete here needs a new coat.
That's what we sell.
Doc Morgan, they're from the Big T.
For Pete's sake, Wyatt, I might have hit you.
Morgan's quite a fella. He fanned my gun and all 3 of them went down. Then he jerked his own gun and hit the only one who was still able to shoot.
These men ought to be toted over to Doc McCarty. You hit?
Not a scratch.
Well, it's a wonder you're not dead. Fanning a gun like that.
Wyatt, the boy got 4 men.
That's not the point. It's how he got it. Let's get out of here. Bring along those 2 guns you used.
You arresting me?
There's got to be a hearing.
Why, Marshal Earp, you must have lost your temper.
I didn't do it.
Morgan? Must have been fast shooting, son.
Don't praise him. He fanned 5 shots. Ruined Mayor Kelly's gun.
Hey, I'm your prisoner.
He knows you're not going to run away. Come with me, son.
Well, come on, fellas. Let's pick him up. Take him over to the dock.
What's wrong with Wyatt? He never used to be so touchy. Old age? Don't make sense. He's only 30.
Morgan, did it ever occur to you how risky it was to fan a gun against 3 men?
No, I didn't even think about it.
Suppose you stop one right here.
Why, Doc? Doesn't matter. Young, middle-aged, or old, the good Lord will take care of us. You believe that?
Yes, there was a time when I knew that. When I headed into my first gunfight, I said, "Forgive me, sir, for having to do this. But now I'm out of touch."
No, you're not.
Son, I'm bound for perdition. On a runaway Injun, Deacon Earp is trying to beg me off. The brakes are gone.
Ah. One honest prayer, Doc. You'll make it all right.
I like you for thinking so, Morgan. But let's get back to this deputy job.
Yeah?
Sheriff Masterson will give you one when he returns to town. He doesn't like me, but he'll give full credit to my recommend.
Thanks, but I'd rather...
Come on, Mort. I'm sorry I got riled up.
Forget it. Put in the cuffs.
Grow up, will you? Here.
My gosh.
Now, don't put it on until after the hearing. Judge Tobin will probably exonerate you by then.
Thanks, Wyatt.
You thank Dr. Holliday. He's the fount of all wisdom. Don't you get too friendly with him, though. I wish I hadn't.
Throw your guns in the boot. Give him that money sack. Hurry it up.
Thanks for acting so nice, friends. And tell Wyatt Earp about this when you get to Dodge.
Hey, Curly! Cocky!
Nice man, that Judge Tobin. I figured he'd want to call in a lot of witnesses and drag things out.
Mayor Kelly said enough.
Deputy Marshal Morgan Earp. Well, what's my first job?
Santa Fe Station.
You keep a deputy there?
Yeah, it's a break-in spot for cub deputies.
We foil train robbers, huh?
Yeah. Sit down, Morg. I got a few things I want to tell you.
Yes, sir. Fire away.
Well, to begin with, I hired you because the doc argued that a star would keep the drunken hoodlums from taking pot shots at you.
Yes, sir.
And don't feel so cocky.
Oh, why?
Now, listen to me. You were a fool for luck yesterday. The doc saved you from Johnny Ringgold, and the good Lord pulled you through that gun fanning routine down at the hardware store.
Guess he did.
And don't you ever forget it. And don't you push your luck any further. This is a rough town, Morgan.
Look, I'll stay alive. Quit worrying, will you?
All right. I guess you'll be safe enough down on the depot patrol. 1 week of that ought to convince you that a deputy's job is pretty dull, even in this town.
Hal?
Yes, sir.
Hello, Morgan.
Howdy.
Say, I was betting you were going to hire him. Welcome to our police force.
Thanks, Chief.
Save the congratulations. Morg's going to be guarding the Santa Fe station, so as my chief deputy, keep an eye on him, will you?
Yes, sir.
Thanks. Well, I'm going to go down and meet Sheriff Masterson at the corners. He sent word that Brocious and Ringgold outfit are camping in Fort County again. Unless we pick up a hot trail, I should be back in about 3 hours. And the answer is no. You're not going with me.
Mind reader.
Make allowances, kid. Anything happened to you, Wyatt's got the whole family on his neck.
Wyatt and Doc Holliday. Two top gunfighters anywhere. And all they talk about is getting hurt.
It can happen, Morg.
Why, sure. Well, let's go.
Go? Go where?
Aren't you going to bodyguard me to the depot?
No, I wouldn't do that to you. I'm on your side, kid. I got a big brother.
You're all right, Chief. But let me tell you this. No little boys ought to try and steal a milk can from that depot. Because I'd die for dear old Santa Fe.
Deputy Hal! Here, Curly Bill held us up at Dorsey Rock. Where's Marshal Earp?
He started for the corners about half hour ago. Why?
Well, that's the opposite direction, 10 miles west, Hal.
All right, I'll send a man after Wyatt. Try and get a couple myself and pick up Curly's trail at the rock.
Good luck to you. Get him. Get him.
Morgan, get on your horse. Try and overtake Wyatt. Tell him Curly Brocious took the Abilene stage near Dorsey Rock.
Where are you going?
I'm on my way to the rock as soon as I can find a couple of deputies.
Let one of them go after him. I don't know that trail. I'll ride with you.
Morgan, that gang probably lit out for Bushwhacker, but we're liable to run into him. And you know Wyatt.
You're short on deputies. You want to leave me whittling on a depot platform? Come on.
Why? I'm banking a faro game. If you fellas don't want to play cards, I'll confiscate the money on the board.
Let's go play it.
Let's move.
Doc, Wyatt's deputy Hal took Morgan the trail of the Brocious gang.
I'm not running the marshal's office. Where's Wyatt?
Well, he's gone off to the corners. Brocious and Ringo will bushwhack Morgan, that's what they'll do.
They can't hurt Morgan. He's still sprouting angel feathers. Get yourself a drink. I'll take over, Mac. Place your bets, gentlemen.
Hey, Wyatt.
They hit the Abilene stage at Dorsey Rock. Hal's trailing them, and he took Morgan with him.
Morgan? They headed into the brush. We'd better wait here.
Wait? What for?
This could be an ambush.
Curly and Ringo don't scare me. You wait for Wyatt.
Ain't that Morgan Earp in the lead?
Yeah, that's right.
He's mine. I want him in a stand-up fight.
This could be a trap, Morgan. Sure is. Hey, Brocious! Brocious! Down, Morgan, down! Come on out and make a fight!
Fine. Just me and you. Fair enough. Show yourself. Thanks, Curly. This is the way I like it.
Come here, Morgan, come on! Ringo! Don't be a fool. Here comes Wyatt.
I would have got him if my foot hadn't slipped. Real fancy, slapping off shots at 20 yards.
Why, sure.
And look who got hurt.
Look, we'll hold a big debate back in Dodge. Now pick him up and let's get out of here.
Howdy, Mr. Earp.
Howdy, Doc.
They tell me your little brother downed Curly in a fair gunfight.
No, Curly stumbled.
Wyatt! Virgil hit gold in Dakota. What Virgil says there about me joining him, pay no attention to that. I wouldn't run out on you.
Morgan, you want to go?
I don't know.
You go on and dig gold.
Wyatt, it doesn't seem right to walk out on you.
You go on and wire Virgil that you're on your way. Go on.
Thanks, Wyatt.
Curly stumbled, you say?
Yeah.
Well, that's one way it could have happened. Or maybe Brocious found himself shooting at a bright light. Or maybe a voice whispered to Morgan saying, "Young man, you'll live forever."
You drunk?
We'd sure like to hear that whisper just once more, wouldn't we, Wyatt? But we're too darn deaf.
Yeah, Doc. I guess we are.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail. Oh, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
Wyatt, show me $3.
For what?
Collect telegram.
Hey, it's from Ned Buntline. Arriving in Dodge City in a few days on vacation. Best personal regards. Hey, I wonder why he sent a collect.
I don't know. That's not what bothers me, though. I'll never forget that last visit he paid us. Him, Buffalo Bill, and that German prince, remember?
Yeah. We pulled that fake stage holdup, backfired, and turned out to be a real kidnapping. Yeah, I'll never forget it.
See, Wyatt, Buntline must be in serious trouble to send a telegram collect.
Well, if he is in trouble, I'll do my best to help him out of it. This old Buntline special he gave me has saved my life a couple of times.
Yeah, mine, too.
Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
The Life and Legend of Wyatt Earp, starring Hugh O'Brien.
Well, we made it. Thank you. I thank you, sir, for your courtesy. Phew, it was an arduous trip, my friend. An arduous trip.
Well, you didn't come all the way by horseback, did you?
Oh, no. I picked up a wagon ride from a migrating family and then from a farmer, and the truth is, Wyatt, Ned Buntline is broke.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Mr. Buntline.
Well, I've fallen on some evil days.
Well, surely between your writing and that Wild West show you have with Buffalo Bill Cody, it seems that you would have enough.
Well, the Wild West show doesn't start for another 4 months. And as for my writing, my last efforts have been rejected. Rejected.
Well, are there any reasons?
Well, yes, the publisher said my new stories lacked authenticity.
Well, maybe they do.
Yes, well, the same thought occurred to me. That's part of the reason why I'm here, Wyatt, to replenish the well.
I'm afraid you're going to find it awfully quiet here in Dodge, Mr. Buntline. That's my job to keep it that way. Now, what's the other part of your reason?
Well, the other part is that you're the only... I mean, I hate to impose on our
Don't
friend...
worry about it, Mr. Buntline.
You go on over to the hotel and check in, get yourself a room. You charge all your meals to me, huh?
Thank you, Wyatt. I'll pay out of the first week of the tour.
No, you won't. No, I tried to repay you for the buntline special you gave me, and you wouldn't accept it. Now you're going to have to. You know, this is the most accurate gun I've ever used.
I'm glad.
Hello, Mr. Buntline.
Well.
Good to see you.
Ah, it's good to see you, young man. Well, if you will pardon me, Wyatt, I have to go over to the hotel and register. I'll see you later, huh?
We'll have dinner, all right?
Oh, good, splendid. Thank you.
Well?
Mr. Buntline is temporarily broke.
Is that all?
Hal, for a proud little man like Mr. Buntline, that's enough.
Hey, Wyatt, there's a man after me. There's a man after me.
Wait a minute, who's after you, Mr. Buntline?
He followed me all the way from St. Louis. He's going to kill me. Oh, now, don't do that, because I tell you the man is after, and he's a very dangerous...
Relax now. Now, just tell me the whole story.
Well, I've always been pretty good at cards, you know, and when I found that I needed a few dollars, I took passage on one of the better Mississippi riverboats, and I was doing very well, as a matter of fact, until I ran afoul of this fella.
Oh, this fellow that's following you.
Exactly, the fellow that's... Of course, he's a professional gambler, you know, and well, as a matter of fact, so am I. And it was very exciting until he started to cheat.
Oh, he cheated?
Yeah, he cheated.
Well, why didn't you expose him?
Oh, he was too clever for that. And before I knew it, my money was all gone, and I was deeply in debt to him.
I'm surprised he didn't throw you in the Mississippi.
Well, I gave him a check for almost $1,000.
And the check was no good?
No good at all.
Well, now, surely, Mr. Buntline, you can't expect me to have sympathy for even a good friend that would write bad checks.
I'm not asking for sympathy. I'm asking for protection.
Marshal, there's a man in the Long Branch who won't check his gun.
Is he drunk?
No, just won't take his gun off.
It's probably maybe the...
Mister, there's a law in this town about checking guns. You're breaking it.
I don't expect to be here long.
Well, why don't you leave now and save some trouble?
I'm not finished with my business here yet.
You're refusing to check your gun or leave town, right?
That's right.
Mister, your business is finished.
Could I talk to you privately, Marshal?
All right. Not with that gun on. Unbuckle it.
It's Wyatt, Mr. Buntline.
Oh, just a minute.
Sit down. What's your name?
Would you look at these papers first, Marshal?
Well, Lieutenant, I certainly don't intend to arrest an Army officer on a special assignment. But At the same time, I can't let you walk around town wearing guns. Not in civilian clothes.
But if I'm in uniform, it defeats the purpose of my mission. And if I'm unarmed, well, if I meet the man I'm looking for...
He'll be unarmed, too, if he's in this town. You want to tell me who you're looking for?
It's confidential, Marshal.
This is one of my deputies and a close personal friend of mine, Mr. Ned Buntline.
Well, 2 weeks ago, the United States Arsenal in Illinois was broken into and robbed. 100 rifles were taken and a Gatling gun, along with about 20,000 rounds of ammunition.
A Gatling gun, huh? And the Army thinks they're somewhere around here, huh?
Somewhere in the Southwest Apache Territory.
Are you one of General Crook's officers, young man?
That's right.
Yeah. Well, what is your full name?
Charles A. Warden, First Lieutenant, United States... What are you doing, sir?
You're making some notes. This'll make the most sensational book you ever read.
If one word of this leaks out, Mr. Buntline, I'll personally see to it that you wind up in front of a firing squad.
I beg your pardon.
Lieutenant, I think Mr. Buntline is convinced. Go on.
The guns were thought to have been shipped in cases marked machinery toward Kansas City. We almost intercepted them there, awaiting shipment to the Southwest.
What about this man you're looking for?
Vincent Slade, but he has used other names.
You know him?
No, but I've memorized a description. About 6 feet, 180 pounds, dark hair, dark eyes, sometimes wears a mustache, deep cultured voice, identifying marks and scars, diagonal knife scar on the outside of his right hand.
That's the fellow. That's the fellow that's after me. He's here, the gambler.
Well, I'd be grateful if you'd point him out, sir.
Wait a minute, Lieutenant. Are your orders to bring in Mr. Slade to recover the guns or both?
Preferably both. However, if Slade is killed or captured, it's doubtful the guns will reach the Apaches. He's the brains.
Well, he fits the description right down to the scar.
If there were just some way that we could be sure.
Well, I think there is. I think Mr. Buntline can help us.
Me?
Mm-hmm. I think the first thing to do is to find out if this man is really looking for you, Mr. Buntline.
Oh, he is. He is.
If he ignores Mr. Buntline, that means he's here for the stolen guns.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose he doesn't ignore me.
Mr. Buntline, I tell you what you better do. You offer to repay him part of the money you owe.
Well, I'd like to, but
Well, I'll lend you the money. Now, let's see, there are 4 of us. I'll put on an extra deputy, then we'll keep a watch around the clock. Mr. Buntline has found our man. Cal? Go check his hotel room.
Right.
Lieutenant, you better stay out of sight. Some people might remember you refused to check your gun.
Oh, I beg your pardon, sir. Well, you remember me, surely? Ned Buntline?
I'm not sure I've had the pleasure, sir.
Well, you must recall our recent joust at the card tables.
Card tables? I believe the last time I did any gambling was several weeks ago on the Mississippi.
That was the very locale. I'm terribly sorry I can't recall your name.
Smith.
Smith. Ah, yes, Mr. Smith. Well, this is a little embarrassing for me. I lost rather heavily to you.
But not too heavily, right, Mr. Buntline?
Oh, I'm afraid I did. As a matter of fact, you've been on my conscience for some time.
I have?
That check I gave you.
Oh, yes, I do recall that check. I lost it the very next evening.
Oh, goodness, I insist on making that check good. You may run into the gambler you lost it to.
I'm not worried about it. Why should you be?
Now, here we are. $100 on account.
Well, I'm afraid I couldn't take it, Mr. Buntline.
Oh, now, I insist.
Well, thank you. I really must be going.
Well, will you be around for some time?
Not more than a few days.
Oh?
Good evening.
Good evening, Miss Smith, and thank you for being so understanding. Did you see the scar? He's our man.
Nice work, Mr. Buntline. Well, did you find anything else?
That was all. Apparently, he doesn't even have a gun. He's probably got his gun on him.
Well, I hope he doesn't try to use it. If he does, I'll have to arrest him, and there goes our plan for seizing the rifles right out the window.
I'll take the first shift of watching him.
All right, Hal, thanks. Ted, you relieve him at 4 o'clock. Mr. Buntline, you take over at 8.
Right.
I'll take the next shift, if he's still in town.
And what if he isn't?
Well, then we won't be either. We'll be out after him.
Well, they look like a couple of good horses to me, which is either all curried and taken care of, or we'll be taken out tomorrow.
He's back in his hotel room.
He's probably waiting for somebody to reach him. Lieutenant, keep an eye on him, huh?
You know, I've been figuring out here how much those guns are worth to him. There's $20,000 for the rifles, and then there's the Gatling gun and the ammunition. And don't forget, the Apache's paying gold.
Yeah. You know, just to make sure he doesn't sneak out on us, we ought to watch his horses. They're all hobbled in Mr. McKay's meadow. The wagon's there, too.
Yeah, Wyatt, that's a good idea.
Hey, Wyatt, let me do that, will you? I haven't been sleeping nights anyway.
All right, Mr. Buntline. Ted, take him out there and show him where the meadow is, huh? You come right back.
Sure thing.
Thank you, Wyatt. I've been itching for action.
Mel.
Here we are, Vince.
Unhobble the horses and hitch up the team. Get me my saddle.
Well, these men won't be too hard to follow. Hal, Ted, bring the horses.
What about Mr. Buntline?
We can't go looking for him now. If he's fallen asleep, let's hope he stays that way.
He must be out of his mind.
He hasn't even got a gun. We'll stay about 5 minutes behind him until daylight. Then we'll drop back.
Hello, boys. Any coffee inside?
Plenty.
Good. Let's have some before we load up.
And once we're past Cimarron, it's easy. We'll cross the panhandle about here.
Thanks. In a few days, we'll hit the Pecos River. Then we'll head south.
By night or day?
Day. Nobody will stop a covered wagon. Did you assemble a Gatling gun?
I sure did. And I'm itching to try it out.
We got more cups than we need.
What's the matter?
Keep talking. We got company.
We'll may get a chance to use that Gatling gun in case anybody gets nosy. Now, I want all of you to study this map very carefully.
Well, I got a good idea where they are.
That old prospector shack.
Yeah. We better split up and approach from different directions.
That's the last of the rifles. Good. Let's get the Gatling gun.
Vince, there's 4 of them trailing us.
How far away are they?
Well, not more than 10 minutes.
Hide the wagon over there in those rocks. We'll spot ourselves around the cabin. No one is to fire a shot until we're sure we can get every one of them. Understand?
Alive.
It's Ted and the lieutenant.
The minute they step outside.
Shh. Did you hear something? Yeah, a rifle being cocked.
I saw something move.
Next time you see something move, shoot.
Oh,
Mr. Butler?
What?
What happened?
Oh, I heard them talking about the route they're going to take. Across the Panhandle and the Cimarron, and then south to the Pecos.
They couldn't have started it. We'd have seen them.
There's one of them.
Close that door.
Go on, I'm on. Go on. We'll pick you up later.
Oh, no.
What is it?
Get out in your faces, everybody!
There's a cellar down here.
There's nobody alive in there.
We'll make sure. Burn it down. I'll cover you.
Now's our chance. I think they're reloading. Mr. Buntline, here's where I use your gun.
I'm glad to say I think he'll live.
Wow!
Well, now, don't tell me you gentlemen have been up all night.
Hello, Warren.
Good morning, Marshal.
Lieutenant, I thought you forbade Mr. Buntline to write about this.
Well, it certainly is fascinating to read about. Of course, General Crook will have to approve.
There. There you are. Here, Wyatt. There, it begins there. And I defy any publisher to turn this one down.
Well, I never thought I'd hear myself say it, but sometimes it certainly does pay to be dishonest.
I beg your pardon?
I said it pays to be dishonest, or for some people. Well, suppose you hadn't written that bad check on the riverboat. Why, do you realize you probably changed the whole course of history? You put all that in here, of course.
I certainly did not. Don't you remember I told you that that other fella cheated?
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail. Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
All right, throw down the bank money. It's inside. Climb down. Open the door.
Drop that gun, Hammer.
One move and your driver's a dead man. Ah, no money box, I see. A nice trick if you got away with it, Earp. Remember, this man dies if you don't stay put. All right, close the door. Get back up there.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
The Life and Legend of Wyatt Earp, starring Hugh O'Brien.
He was between 35 and 40. Brown eyes, black vest and light shirt. He was wearing 2 guns with white handles. Initials on the handles. It looked like 3 H's. And his horse, well, he was a sort of a buckskin.
Well, that's a very good description. Now, tell me what happened.
Well, we were riding along, and all of a sudden, from nowhere...
I'll get brave, friend. Don't worry.
Get on the ground, both of you.
Now listen, mister. All I've got in the world's in my pocket. You ain't going to take that.
Shut up and stand still. You, come here.
Please, I'm not a well man.
bullet won't make you any healthier. Come here. Well, well, you're watching chain. Got any other jewelry? Rings? Stick pin?
No, that's all I've got.
All right. Get back in. Both of you. You too, my friend.
You mean you ain't gonna...
Rob you? Why should I? Only take from those who can afford it. From the looks of him, he's got plenty more.
He's a banker.
My favorite kind of customer. Get in, my friend. I don't bother working people. Get going.
Get ready.
Now, you say he didn't bother Mr. Parker or the driver,
No. Says he only robs the rich. Marshal, I'm willing to put up a reward for this man.
No, that won't be necessary, Mr. Sloan. We'll catch him if we can.
Well, I certainly hope you do.
Sound familiar?
Yeah, Henry Harrison Hammer, down Coffeyville way.
Yeah? The imitation Jesse James. Henry Harrison Hammer. There we are. 23 arrests for armed robbery, no convictions because of lack of evidence.
Because he robs the rich and spares the poor, just like Robin Hood.
Well, no, there's a difference. You know, Robin Hood used to steal from his rich enemies to give to his poor friends. This one robs just to help himself.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, it's my opinion that a thief will steal from anybody, rich or poor. Now, Mr. Hammer's reputation has been built carefully and with a purpose. Under the right circumstances, he'd rob a poor man, too.
Bottle your best. Check these for me, will you, please?
Wait a minute. That's his horse. I'm sure it is. There he is. That's the man who robbed me.
I'll have to take you into custody, sir.
On what charge?
Suspicion of armed robbery.
That's ridiculous. Do I look like a robber?
Well, you do to Mr. Sloan. Let's go. Empty your pockets. Al. Your name?
Henry Harrison Hammer.
Occupation?
Businessman.
$677.
And 80 cents. You don't happen to have a watch?
No, I don't have a watch. Time means very little to me.
It's pretty obvious he sold it someplace for about $50. That watch was worth over $200.
I've never seen this little man in my life, Marshal. What kind of a town is this, where a fat banker can accuse a complete stranger of robbery?
How'd you know he was a banker, Mr. Hammer?
Just a guess, Marshal.
Well, the court will convene at noon tomorrow. I'll make him comfortable in the meantime.
Yes, sir. This way.
He's the man. What nerve, making no attempt to disguise himself.
He does have nerve, and with good reason. He's had 23 arrests and no convictions.
Well, how can that be?
Lack of evidence. I'll see you in court tomorrow, sir.
Well, you certainly will. And then he said to the stagecoach driver, I don't bother working people.
Thank you, Mr. Sloan. Will the prisoner please stand? Is that the man?
It is?
Your Honor, this man is known to every law officer from Coffeyville North. He's a dangerous criminal, but he's never been convicted of a crime. But today, I think we have the witnesses that will convict him. I'd like to call Mr. Sam Landale to the stand. Thank you, Mr. Sloan. Yes.
Raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Sit down.
Now, Mr. Landale, were you the driver of the regular stagecoach run the afternoon of August 25th?
Yep.
With Mr. Sloan and Mr. Limestone Parker as passengers?
Yep.
Would you recognize the man who held up the stage?
I don't know about that.
Will the prisoner rise? Is that the man?
I can't rightly say.
Mr. Landale, Mr. Sloan testified that the robber spoke to you.
Might be he did.
What did he say?
Well, I can't rightly remember. I was busy holding the horses.
All right. Your Honor, will you please instruct the prisoner to say the words, "I don't bother working people"?
Mr. Hammer, you will repeat those words.
I don't bother working people.
Now, does that sound like the voice of the man that robbed your stage?
I just can't rightly say.
You're obstructing justice, Mr. Landale, and I'm warning you that...
Marshal Earp. You know better than that.
Thank you, Mr. Landale. Will Mr. Limestone Parker please take the stand?
Raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I always do, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Parker. Now, will you please tell the court exactly what happened?
Well, sir, when this robber stopped the stagecoach and he ordered Mr. Sloan, the banker, and me to get out, then quicker than a flash, he found Mr. Sloan's fat wallet and his fancy gold watch, and he took them.
Did he take anything from you?
No. All I had was a little change for beans and bacon.
And would you recognize this robber if you saw him again?
I sure would.
Will the prisoner please rise? Is that the man?
No, sir. The robber was short and fat.
Limestone Parker, you're a liar. You know very well this man stole my money.
Order! Marshal Earp, in view of the conflicting testimony, there's nothing I can do but free the accused. Case dismissed for lack of evidence.
Your Honor, because this man supposedly robs only the rich, the people he leaves alone refuse to testify against him. Now, in my opinion...
Case dismissed!
Thanks kindly, Marshal.
Sign this receipt. The horse is outside, all saddled.
It's also kind of you, Marshal. But I don't think I'll be needing him for a while.
Yes, you will. You're leaving town.
Eventually, Marshal. Eventually. It's a nice town you have. Wonderful law enforcement. Man can feel safe here.
The minute Mr. Hammer steps out of line, I want to hear about it.
Right.
Call. Well, now, 3 queens. I'm afraid I have you beaten again, my friend. 3 aces. Drinks for all, bartender. Henry Hammer shares his good fortune.
You mean he's won every hand?
Oh, he might have lost a few. He's winning the big ones.
Without cheating?
Sure, he's not playing with kids, you know.
How much you figure he's won tonight?
$400 or $500. He just plays his cards right.
Plus the $630 or so he stole from Mr. Sloan. He's won about another $1,000 since he's been here. Well, so long as he's got money, he won't make a move, but it can't last forever.
Isn't it possible you're wrong about Hammer Wyatt?
It's possible, but doubtful. You just keep watching.
Right.
Wilson?
Marshal Earth. Why, you were the first person I intended to look up.
Are you here on business?
Yes, sir. I am now representing a line of the finest kitchenware in the country. Could I interest you in some kitchenware, Marshal?
Well, I'm afraid not, Mr. Wilson.
Oh, then you're not married yet.
No, sir, not yet.
You should be. It's a wonderful life. Gives a man roots, you know. Quite different from the life I used to lead, remember?
I'll never forget. No, I'd say you were one of the most dishonest gamblers I ever met.
Do you know I haven't touched a deck of cards since Wichita?
No.
And I've never properly thanked you. I would have been killed, Marshal, if you hadn't intervened, and justifiably, too. I was cheating.
Well, I'm glad it turned out to be a good life for you, Mr. Wilson.
I hope I can repay you someday. Say, as a starter, how about having supper with me tonight?
Well, I'd be glad to, Mr. Wilson.
Fine. Where's a good place to eat?
Well, let's see. Well, how about the Alhambra? Say 8 o'clock?
Good. See you then.
Right, sir.
Good evening, gentlemen. Small drink before we start the game? Good evening, Marshal. How are you tonight?
Offhand, I'd say that man was no friend, Marshal.
You're right.
Who is he?
His name is Henry Harrison Hammer. Did you ever hear of him?
I have, but I've forgotten in what connection. Tell me about him.
Let's wait till later in my office. Let's eat our dinner in peace, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's been going on for a whole week. He's been winning steadily.
Well, I just don't understand people like that driver in Limestone. What could he accomplish by lying in court?
It tickles him to see Mr. Hammer get away with robbing a banker.
And you believe he's just as much a danger to the poor as the rich, huh?
I think he'd steal from anybody.
The only way that could be proved would be if Mr. Hammer were broke. If he lost every dime he had.
Yeah, I know. There's very little chance of that happening.
Marshal, I see a golden opportunity to repay my great debt to you.
Oh, no, Mr. Wilson. No, I can't let you do that.
Can't stop a man from playing cards, Marshal.
But you just told me yourself you haven't gambled in years.
I proved to myself I don't have to gamble. I promise I'll never do it again after tonight.
Like I told you, he's lucky.
Please, Marshal, this is Dusty Wilson you're talking to. To quote you, one of the most dishonest gamblers I ever met. Don't worry, Marshal.
I bet $10.
I'll just see that. Cards? 2. I think I'll just play these.
Check.
Check, huh? That'll just cost you $50, Mr. Hammer.
50. Never saw such luck in my life.
Would you care to continue tomorrow, sir? Perhaps your luck will change.
Now, give me the cards.
Keep an eye on it.
Well, he cleaned out Mr. Hammer, Wyatt.
Yes, sir, Marshal. These old hands have never lost their charm.
Say, I was watching you pretty close. I never saw you cheat, did you?
Oh, please, no professional secrets.
There's almost $1,500 there.
Mr. Wilson, you're a genius, and I want to thank you.
Oh, no trouble at all, Marshal. Good day.
Say, wait a minute. Mr. Hammer is what I think he is. You're going to be the first victim. You both live in the same hotel. I don't want to use you as bait, Mr. Wilson. You've already done enough for us, and, well, I think you'll find ourselves most comfortable.
All right, but not a word of this to my family, huh?
No, sir. Now, Hammer's only other source of quick money will be the bank or the stagecoach. I want you to place 3 deputies in the bank.
All right. Now, you said the stagecoach. There's not always someone with money riding there.
I know. Mr. Sloan will make a shipment of bank funds to Wichita on the afternoon stage. At least I want you to spread that rumor around. Now, you watch Hammer yourself. If he leaves town, you follow him.
Where are you going to be?
I'll be inside the stagecoach. Come on, I'll make you comfortable.
Throw down the bank money.
It's inside.
Climb down. Open the door.
Drop that gun, Hammer.
One move and your driver's a dead man. Ah, no money box, I see. A nice trick if you got away with it, Herb. Remember, this man dies if you don't stay put. All right, close the door. Get back up there.
What took you so long? He's got a fast horse. He got away from me.
Keep on his trail. I'll be with you in a minute.
Hey, come on. Yeah. Come on, give me a hand with the lead horse.
He's headed up toward Crow Hill. That's a rough climb. Any other cabins up there besides Limestone Parkers?
Not that I know of.
Let's go.
Sure nobody can get up here without us hearing them?
Don't worry. You can hear anybody coming a quarter mile away.
Good. Got a nice, comfortable little place, Limestone.
Yeah, and you're welcome to hide out here just as long as you like, Henry. You know, it ain't every day that I have a celebrity visiting me.
Well, there's the cabin. The track's heading right for it. Don't see any other way to get there without making a racket. Let's move.
Listen. What did I tell you? Here. Get in here, quick. I'll handle everything.
The marshal.
Oh, the marshal. Oh, well, come right on in.
Hal, you wait out there for me. You live up here all alone, Limestone?
Yes, sir. I'm always alone.
Anybody been by here in the last couple of hours?
No, sir, not a soul, Marshal.
Are you aware that helping a criminal to escape is a serious offense?
Oh, sure. I know that, Marshal.
Well, I'm sorry to have troubled you.
Oh, it's no trouble at all, Marshal. Just drop by any time.
Thank you.
He's gone. Don't shoot, it's me.
Thanks, old friend.
You know, I ain't had such a laugh since that day in court. You know, when that old banker yelled at me, I was fit to bust.
You don't like bankers much, do you?
No, I don't trust them neither.
I feel the same way. I figure if a man can't take care of his money, he don't deserve to have it.
That's right. Now, you take me, for instance. I'm a thrifty man. I don't have much, but I don't need much. My life saving is just $320. You think I'd put that in that old man Sloane's bank? No, sir.
Where is it, Limestone?
Why? You don't want my money, Henry.
Oh, yes, I do. Now get it. And no tricks.
Oh, Henry. must be dreaming. I thought you said you only stole from the rich.
Nobody ever told him differently. And nobody will. Especially you.
Oh, now, please, please, I won't tell.
You might.
Marshal, he was going to kill me.
I know that, Limestone. What do you think about testifying against him now?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Hal. Patch him up. You know, you ought to keep that money in the bank.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I sure am glad you came back, Marshal. What made you do it?
You? You had the same twinkle in your eye when you lied on the witness stand.
Oh, I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have done it.
Mr. Sloan, I have your money right here.
But you said he was stone broke when you arrested him.
Well, let's say he was relieved of his money by a method that I can't discuss. I think you had $630. I think you'll find it there in that package. How much would you say your watch was worth?
But there's a lot left. Was that all from Hammer?
Every nickel.
And the school fund can use it quite nicely. Mr. Wilson has refused any fee for his services.
School fund, eh? Well, why don't you keep that for the fund, Marshal? And here. Add this to it.
Well, thank you very much.
Not a bad fella.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail. Oh, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
What are you going to do?
You hear that mob out there?
You are going to save Herbie.
I don't know. He and Doc started this, right?
Mr. Earp, they had to. Hurley needs the experience. Look, his whole career depends on his learning the real West. Can't you understand that?
He didn't have to start a riot. Al, you go fetch the prisoner. We'll turn him over to Herb folks.
No. No, I'll go out there myself. They can shoot me.
They're just drunk enough to do that. You cover me.
Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
The Life and Legend of Wyatt Earp, starring Hugh O'Brien.
Marshal Earp thought he had Dr. John H. Holliday safely established as a patient in a Colorado sanitarium. Doc needed a rest to cure his lung trouble, and Wyatt needed a rest from Doc in his cantankerous warfare against the respectable citizens of Dodge City. But a greenhorn by the name of Hurley Abbott caused a new battle in the war between Holliday and Dodge, with Wyatt in the middle.
Hurley, stop it! Hurley, get off, please! He's going to throw you and stop you! Hurley, get off! Oh, Hurley, are you hurt? Oh, darling,
I'm all right.
Oh, you wicked...
No. He just didn't want me to ride him.
Come on, honey. Let's get out of the corral.
Others, huh? Well, I've seen enough.
Hugh, Hurley and I are engaged.
No. You're leaving, Mr. Abbott.
Don't you dare hit him.
Easy now, Etta. Mister, there's a train out of Dodge City in about 2 hours. You got just about time to catch it.
I'll leave your property, Mr. Jackson. But I'll stay in Dodge.
That's right, Hurley. And I'll see you in Dodge.
Right.
Uncle George, Hurley's an artist, and he's going to be famous someday. But you just can't understand that. All you know are horses and cattle, and you're just as stupid.
You ain't marrying him. That's final.
Well, we'll see.
Let's not make it any worse, Etta. I'm afraid I couldn't put up much of a fight. Didn't think it would come to this. Still got a lot to learn. I'll learn it.
Marshal Earp?
Yes, sir? I'm in trouble. Could you spare me a few minutes?
What's the matter? Outlaws chasing you?
I'm green, but not that green. My name's Abbott. Hurley Abbott.
Oh, howdy, Mr. Abbott. Happy to know you. Well, you, selling pictures?
I hope to someday. Right now, I need some advice about fighting.
Oh?
Ned Buntline gave me this note to you.
Ned Buntline, huh? Well, why don't we get out of this sun and win? We'll go inside my office. It's kind of hot in there, too, but at least it's shady.
Fly off my horse. And so her uncle and her brothers ordered me to leave, which they had a legal right to do. But Etta isn't going to stand for it. And neither am I.
Well, why don't you just elope? Go back east.
It's not that simple, Mr. Earp. You see, I like this western country, and I'm trying to paint it.
Well, there's a lot of country between here and California. Now, why don't you and Miss Etta head west?
Is that what you would do?
Well,
Don't be polite, Marshal. I'm not. I can't fight very well with my fists, and, well, I'm clumsy with a gun. I can't even ride a spirited horse.
And I can't draw a good map. You know, Uncle George and the boys, well, they're decent cattlemen, but they're mighty stubborn.
Would you be allowed to teach me how to fight?
No, sir.
Oh. Well, could you recommend anyone? I'm not exactly a starving artist.
Let's think about that for a while. Family quarrels are no good, Mr. Abbott. I mean, even if you learned how to fight, who would you be fighting? You'd be fighting Miss Etta's uncle and her brothers. And my advice is you forget it. No, not you. Why'd you leave the hospital?
They asked me to leave. Good to get back to my old friends.
Yeah. You know him?
Well, I must have met him somewhere. Oh, this one's Skunky Biggett. He and I had a run-in at the Long Branch doing a card game before I went to the hospital.
All right, book him. Attempted murder.
Come on.
Some of you men give a hand. Take him over to the coroner's office.
Mr. Earp, is this the great Dr. John H. Holliday?
Yeah, that's right. This is Mr. Hurley Abbott. Claims to be an artist.
Well, now, he is an artist. If you did that top canvas.
Yes, thank you. Just a rough sketch.
Mr. Abbott, if you'd excuse us, the doctor and I have got a little visiting to do.
Hold on, Wyatt. Abbott, you meet me down at the Long Branch in about 10 minutes.
You're right.
Well, I see Dodge City hasn't changed one iota. Still shooting at invalid doctors of dentistry.
Where's Miss Kate?
Kansas City. Buying clothes.
Hey, how's that little boy, Benny? How's he doing?
He's getting well. He has a dozen doctors up there.
Huh?
Interesting type fella, that artist. He intrigues me.
No, Doc. Please.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Of course, you're no Carl Bodmer, Alfred Jacob Miller. Not yet.
Well, that's not really the point.
Huh?
Misetta's people have warned me not to see her again.
George Jackson and the boys? Quick tempers and slow drawers, all of them. Now, you let me take care of your family problems, Abbott. You just paint pictures.
I'm afraid you don't understand. They insist upon a fight. I can't let anyone else take over for me.
You want to kill him?
No. Oh, God forbid. If they come after me with guns, I want to be able to shoot well enough to... I don't know. Disable them, perhaps.
Abbott, I could probably teach you how to kill a man in 6 months of hard practice. But shooting to disable, that'd take several years.
Oh. Well, I think I could learn to be a good fist fighter.
And break your hand so you couldn't hold a paintbrush? No. Now, Marshal Earp and I'll have a talk with the Jacksons. I like this one. Paint it in oil.
Oh. Mr. Earp, have you seen Hurley, Mr. Abbott?
Yes, sir.
He didn't take the train.
No, ma'am, I think you'll find him with Dr. Holliday.
Doc Holliday? You mean the notorious outlaw?
Dr. Holliday is an expert on art.
No, not really.
No, not really, but the doctor has taken a fancy to Mr. Abbott.
Oh, dear. Well, I'm afraid that Uncle George and my brothers... I'm sorry to have interrupted your work.
Miss Edith.
Yes.
Look, I think the only sensible thing for you and Mr. Abbott to do is to head west. It'll give your family time to be reconciled.
Reconciled? They should be proud of Hurley.
Artists are, well, they're kind of a strange breed of cat in this neck of the woods. Uncle George and your brothers have been taught to believe that an artist, well, they make kind of poor husband material.
Hurley will be as famous as George Catlin, Mr. Earp.
I'm only trying to say that I think...
Wyatt! Wyatt, that Jackson try's been threatening my artist. I'm going down and give him what for. You better come along. There might be shooting. I'll borrow one of your scatterguns. Doc. No time for jabber. You ready to go?
Miss Jackson, I'd like to have you meet Dr. Holliday.
Miss Jackson? Yeah, you must be Miss Etta Jackson. Young woman Abbott plans to marry.
Yes, I am. And I certainly don't want my family attacked by you. And why do you call Hurley your artist?
Well, I bought a picture from him. Are you coming, or do I have to go alone?
Will you cool off? Miss Etta, I'll try and keep the peace. You go find Mr. Abbott, and I'll handle things here.
Now remember, that fellow may have jumped aboard the Santa Fe. We don't want to do anything that'll make us look ridiculous. Just mosey into Dodge casual-like.
What about Etta?
Oh, she's sorry by now she ever laid eyes on that paint slinger. Come on.
You should have stayed in the hospital.
Brilliant observation.
Look, I ask you just one favor. You let me do all the talking to Uncle George.
All right. As long as you make my point clear.
By the way, just what is your point?
They leave my artist and his fiancée alone. No threats, no badgering. I'm still trying to catch up on the short drinks those doctors allowed me.
Here they come. Now, you stay back here. I don't trust your mean temper.
frankly, Mr. Jackson, this Abbott fella doesn't seem like a bad sort to me.
Mr. Buntline recommended him.
Ned recommended him to us. Pretty soon that slicker had Eda's head turned.
All artists are immoral, Mr. Earp. Champagne and women.
Well, the point is, Dr. Holliday is taking kind of a shine to Mr. Abbott. I don't want you men to tangle with Doc.
We ain't scared.
Well, you ought to be. Doc could kill all three of you in a draw and shoot.
How come you're on their side, Herb?
Because I think it's a foolish quarrel, Mr. Jackson. And I'm hired to keep the peace in Dodge.
Happens we love Eda.
I'm sure of that, sir. And she loves Mr. Abbott.
All right, Mr. Herb. We respect Holliday as a killer.
We can take him.
No. We'll be coming into Dodge to get that painter fella, and we'll come with enough of our men to get him and Doc Holliday, too. That's fair warning.
What are you doing with a gun?
Well, I can't let Doc Holliday fight my battles for me.
Why not? He enjoys shooting people.
I'm supposed to be a man. Here, watch this. Right in the heart, see? Of course, in a real fight, I'd only use shoulder shots.
Yes, I see.
It's a very simple problem, learning to shoot a pistol. All you do is keep your sight on the spot to be hit, pull the weapon, and push it toward the center of focus.
That's enough. We're leaving.
Leaving?
Marshal Herb is right. We're getting married, Hurley, and going farther west. Now, darling, listen. You can paint just as well in Arizona or New Mexico.
I can't run, my dear. Etta, look, I don't approve of fighting any more than you do. But it's a part of the frontier. Now, how am I going to paint Western life if I haven't lived it?
One doesn't need to live the life of scoundrels to paint scoundrels. Look at Doc Holliday and paint him.
You're not even trying to understand.
No, I'm not. I'm going to report you to Marshal Earp.
Dr. Holliday returned?
Yeah, him and the marshal just come in. The doc should be here any minute. Hey, you shouldn't be wearing that.
Self-defense.
Hey, Greener. Take off that gun before you hurt yourself.
I've practiced handling it.
I said take it off.
He don't know no better, Praskins.
All right, then I'll learn him. You're the dude that's been making trouble for the Jackson family. Lift up your hands.
No.
All right, then. Draw. Drop it.
Get his gun.
Quick.
Whenever you wing a man, you always get his gun away from him. He might kill you from the floor.
Good point to bear in mind. Isn't anybody going for a doctor?
I'll plug up the hole. A couple of your men can walk him over to McCarty's office. You have a clean handkerchief?
Oh, yes.
Who shot him? Leonardo da Vinci here. He drew a beautifully straight line to the brachial plexus.
I claim self-defense, Mr. Earp.
You didn't check your gun. Let's go. Doc, I want to see you over in my office.
Anything important?
Yeah. A wedding.
Hurley, what's wrong?
I had to hurt a man.
You shot him?
Didn't hurt him much. Clear case of self-defense.
Oh, darling. I don't blame you. I blame that horrible...
You folks ready for the ceremony?
Uncle George has hired some gunfighters to make trouble for us.
Gunfighters?
Yes, so we have to have the wedding right now and leave town.
It's the only sensible thing to do, Mr. Abbott.
You can't be fighting Miss Etta's own uncle and brothers.
No, I realize that now. Good. Mr. Mayor, take over.
Now, Miss Etta, you stand a little here. Mr. Abbott and Wyatt, you stand up with Mr. Abbott. And I'll stand here. That's from Katie, Wyatt. She's sick again. I'll just have time to catch the stage.
Of course. Anything I can do?
You can ship me some clothes to Kansas City. I won't have a chance to pack.
I'm sorry, Doc. Ed and I are just going to...
I know, boy. Marry the girl, and then let 'em run you out of Dodge with a mob. The only artist the town ever had, mob. And you be sure it's done with lots of shooting, huh, Kelly?
Now, just give Dick and me time enough to find Etta and start her back to the ranch. And shove that painter on the 6 o'clock train, alive or dead. Come on, Dick. Come on. We'll follow along in a little while.
And I now pronounce you man and wife as provided by the law of Kansas. Amen. Good luck.
Oh, thank you.
May I kiss the bride?
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Now, what's all this about mobs chasing this young fella out of Dodge?
Well, that's just some of Doc's joking, you know.
Well, I thought as much. I wish you both happiness.
Oh, thank you. Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Now, get married again in the church, my advice. See you later, Wyatt.
Is Hurley free to go now?
Yes, but I think you both better wait here until train time.
You mean we should hide behind your guns?
Al? Mr. and Mrs. Abbott, I think you better wait inside there for a few minutes. Your Uncle George and one of the boys are arriving.
We'll stay right here and face them.
No. I'll do the talking first.
You looking for me? Etta and that painter fella. They run off?
No, sir.
Where's my sister?
I'm not hired to look after your sister.
He's probably got both of them hid somewhere with Doc Holliday. Didn't I warn you, Earp?
That'll do.
What?
Stop shooting with your mouth. Now back off.
No, he means it. We'll soon have plenty help.
Where's Doc Holliday?
He left town. His missus took sick in Kansas City.
Well, that's a break. Here comes Dick and Uncle George.
We asked Earp, but he's covering for him.
Are you sure they didn't leave town with Doc Holliday? Man says Doc left for Kansas City.
Maybe that's a trick. We start asking questions. Somebody will talk.
Doc had no right to push this thing off on me. He wants the whole town to riot just so his unfunny humor will be like a joke in a graveyard.
Yeah, Dodge don't care if Abbott paints pictures or livery stables.
No. But the Jackson family's well connected here. I'm moving the bride and groom.
Where?
First station down the Santa Fe line. You go on inside there and tell them to get ready.
All right, now what is this, George?
We're looking for Etta and that fella Hurley Abbott.
Well, you're too late. I married him half an hour ago.
That's a lie.
Artists don't marry no girl.
And if they do, they got a couple of wives already. Now you tell us where they are.
At the jail, that's where. You go getting tough with Wyatt Earp, and Etta will be a bride with no family.
Come on, boys, let's go.
Let him go.
And at first I thought you were right, Mr. Earp. But now I've changed my mind.
Why should we be rushed out of town like criminals?
Mr. Abbott, I've stood off mobs when I didn't much care if I had to shoot the whole kit and caboodle of them. But I don't want to have to hurt your wife's kinfolk. They're wrong, but they've done nothing to deserve being mowed down by buckshot.
They're coming, Wyatt.
How close?
That close.
Take Mr. Abbott to his cell.
Just a minute, Marshal.
Look, they're not going to hurt her. Please. Now, you get out of here.
No. No, I'm staying.
All right, Herb, you got 1 minute. Get him out here.
Watch the window.
You are going to protect Hurley.
It's my job now, but I don't like it. Don't your brothers and your uncle mean anything to you?
Not when they come after Hurley with guns.
Look, you got a license, and you got a wedding ring. Hal, bring Mr. Abbott out here. If things get too hot, we'll turn him over to her folks.
No, you won't. I'll talk to them.
Cover me.
Etta, honey, watch those triggers.
Uncle George, we've been secretly married for weeks.
Married? What if he's got other wives?
Well, he hasn't. But if you don't call them off, I'll say that I married a bigamist. I will. I'll yell it right out loud. I'll tell the biggest lie you ever heard.
All right, I'll call them off. But you've got to go with us to make it look good.
You promise not to shoot Hurley.
Of course not. No family scandal. All right, boys. We got our little girl back, and that painter man left town.
Get Mr. Abbott. You fellas going back on patrol. Make sure everything stays quiet.
Abbott?
Where is she?
She went with her folks.
You let them take her.
No, Mr. Abbott, she's taken them. Now, don't you worry about it, though. She's going to meet you later. She told them that she'd been married for weeks.
What?
Yeah. And she said if they didn't call off the men, that she was going to spread the word around that you were a bigamist.
A bigamist?
Mm-hmm. I kind of thought the marriage license had had good effect, but, well, I never thought of calling you a bigamist. You know, so your wife saved a lot of people from getting killed today.
Bigamy? Why, Etta's the first girl I ever even kissed.
Oh, don't you ever admit that. No, sir, not even to Mrs. Abbott. No, sir, you're an artist. And, well, you can't disillusion people.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail. Oh, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
ভালোবাসা সুন্দর, ভালোবাসাও সুন্দর। মানুষ নিজের অজান্তেই ভালোবেসে ফেলে।
আমারও মনে হয় কি জানেন, আপনার মতো জানাশোনা কাউকে না আমার বিয়ে করা উচিত।
এটা কি উপলক্ষে?
ম্যাডাম, ফুলটা গ্রহণ করুন, তারপরে বলতেছি।
ভোটার আইডি কার্ডে যার স্বাক্ষরের জায়গায় টিপসই দেয়, এখানে কেউ ডাক্তার।
এই দুইজনের মধ্যে যে আগে ম্যাডামের মন জয় করতে পারবে, ম্যাডাম তার।
একদিন না দেখলে তোমায় বন্ধু আন্ধার লাগে সব, তোমার এই প্রেমে এমনই টান।
রোগীদের তো ডক্টরের কাছে আসলে ব্যথা কমে যায়, আপনি তো উল্টো হলো কেন? আপনি কি উল্টা?
তোমায় ছাড়িয়া যাব মরিয়া, তোমায় ছাড়িয়া যাব মরিয়া, যেও না বন্ধু আমার, ভুলিয়া ভুলিয়া।
আমার মনে হয় আমার সমস্যা কপালে। ম্যাডাম আমার কপালে নেই, আমার কপালে আছে দাগ।
Điện, Bình, bao nhiêu? 5 ủa 50%. Không, ui, ra với bia này, độc dược à, thôi cút, không quan trọng, vụ nổ lớn, bình, sẽ sẵn bài tử thần mà, để hiểu sẽ sẵn bài, sẽ chạm đất, trải cái đường đâu mà chạm chứ, là thế rồi, đang xuống rồi, đang vòng xuống rồi, đang số thì binh sinh linh không, 3, 2, 1, perfect một lần này. Đấy, kiếm 15 lần phách không? 100 lần phách thì đã ăn 6 triệu. Nhờ 7 triệu. Mình cần 50 thôi, đã được 5 củ rồi. 7 củ là bình thường. Chuẩn rồi. Đấy á, đón thêm một nhịp vào mình rồi. Đây chị. Ok, không được. Mất kiếm mà cô không mất áo luôn à? Nếu còn gì phải lấy găng tay đây để thay rồi 1, 2 lần, thế là 30% à? Xem bao nhiêu nhá, 30% bình cũng gần 5 củ ấy, 40 củ à? 2 lần được 10 củ nữa thì ảo điếc. Let's go. Let it go. Một chiếc binh chi linh không vậy bánh 7 láp à? Vậy 456 triệu coin để rebirth tiếp à? Rất khó đấy. Anh cần 50 củ này, phải chừng. Ui, 40 củ tròn. Mình kiếm tiền từ điêu ấy. Một lần perfect này. Một lần perfect. Thầy lái.
আপনি কিন্তু দেখতে যথেষ্ট সুন্দরী একজন মানুষ, দেখতে বেশ রোমান্টিক, যেন শেক্সপিয়ারের নাটকের কোনো নায়িকার মতো। ভেবেছিলাম, কিন্তু আপনি তো পুরোটাই মর্মান্তিক। যে কোনো মানুষ আপনাকে দেখে মর্মাহত হতে পারে।
আমার হালকা হতে 1 মাস সময় লেগেছে।
আপনার 1 মাস সময় লাগে? আমার হালকা হতে তো 1 মিনিট লাগে।
আমার কাছে মনে হয় জীবনসঙ্গী এমন হওয়া উচিত যার সাথে আপনি প্রতিটা মুহূর্ত উপভোগ করতে পারবেন, সারাক্ষণ খুনসুটিতে মেতে থাকতে পারবেন এবং তার মনে এমনভাবে বসবাস করবেন যে আপনার দিকে সে একটাবার তাকালেই বলে দিতে পারবে যে তার বেঁচে থাকার কারণই আপনি।
পথে চলতে চলতে, কথা বলতে বলতে, কখন যেন হলে আমার
জানি গল্পে গল্পে মিশে অল্পে অল্পে আমিও হয়ে গেছি তোমার।
ছোট ছোট ভুল ফুটে হলো ফুল যে তোমাকে পেলাম,
গুটি গুটি পাই স্বপ্নের লাই আমি ভেসে
মনে করেছেন? একজন মানুষ আমার জীবন থেকে চলে গিয়েছে এবং আপনি সেই সুযোগটা কাজে লাগিয়ে আপনার ফিলিংসগুলো আমার কাছে এক্সপ্রেস করবেন আর আমি সেটা হ্যাপিলি অ্যাকসেপ্ট করে নিব। এই হচ্ছে আপনার বন্ধুত্বের নমুনা।
রোদের পাখি তোর শহরে আমার মনের স্বপ্ন ঘিরে, ওরে পাখি ওরে সারাক্ষণ তোর শহরে বৃষ্টি হলে ভিজে আমার মন।
Quà sinh nhật là trai quý nhở? Mua được mà mình thu này mà may xăm này vậy. Ok, đấy, lại về đây đã tự di chuyển, đã thể di chuyển, đã thể chỉnh hai bên là xong. Bình không phải, Bình không phải, Bình không thấy ơi, Bình không thấy ơi, Bình không thấy ơi, Bình không thấy ơi, Bình, ai á, chôn tao. M là nó 50M. Nhanh lên tao. Từ từ rồi. Mắc thêm 7 lên. Chuẩn không nhỉ? Bay sự nhất đấy. Cái này biệt. Vậy thì hay à, mảnh rất nhiều mảnh nha, rất nhiều mảnh này. Cung luôn mà thôi, xin cái mảnh lấy đồ chỗ ăn vậy. Thêm cái giáp máu nữa, khiếp, mấy cái mảnh cũng hết sạch mà. Anh lấy mảnh còn lại. Mày cho nhau, mày cho không? Mày cho anh không? Đừng chết nữa. Thằng Vũ đang nằm mà Dương. Chết. Đài. Mày không bay nhanh mà thằng kia bây giờ có quỷ quá. Nhiều request à? Ai á? 200 lap không? 200 lap. 200 lap. 95 à? 195 lap à? Tính 200 lap đây. Wow. À đúng rồi. Nhầm. Yes.
তোমাকে 15 লাখ টাকাই দিতে হবে। তুমি যদি দিতে না পারো তোমার বাবাকে কল দাও। তোমার যত জমি জিরাত বাড়িতে যা যা আছে এগুলো বেচা হইলেও তোমরা আমাদের টাকা পাই পাই করে শোধ করবা।
একটা ব্যাপার কি খেয়াল করছো? শহরে কিন্তু দুইটা রূপ, রাতের এক রূপ, দিনের আর এক রূপ।
বেঁধেছি ঘর হৃদয়ের পর, গাঢ় সবুজ ওই গহীন বনে।
আরে ব্রো, সবসময় চিল থাকতে হবে, কিচ্ছু মাথায় নেওয়া যাবে না।
ভালোবাসা হচ্ছে একজন আরেকজনের উপর ভরসা করে, একজন আরেকজনের হাতের উপর হাত রেখে এই জীবনটা কাটিয়ে দেয়। কিছু মানুষ এই রাত জেগে থাকে আর টাকার বিনিময়ে সুখ খোঁজে।
বসুন।
এখন তো সিরিয়াস হওয়া উচিত, তাই না? আমি তো কোথাও যাচ্ছি না পার্টি করতে। তুমি কেন যাচ্ছ? কেন বন্ধ করতে পারতেছো না বলো তো? কার যে কোথায় সুখ সেটা তার প্রিয় মানুষটাও কখনো জানতে পারে।
পাশাপাশি তবু যাচ্ছি বিপরীতে কাছাকাছি তবু যাচ্ছি বহু দূরে
Hi. You look good.
থ্যাংক ইউ
Ủa rồi, con này quỷ nhờ. Nèo số gắt à? Không, lục nó thật ở đầu đấy. Qua đi, còn yêu cháu rồi, anh cần em qua đây. Xin. Hai, này, làm con tay nữa, cần hai này, này rồi. Cần đôi chặt, tay nữa hai đồ xịn, đôi chặt. Cần đôi. Rồi sẽ vét cũng bay trời, mày ông bay. Nhớ là muốn tiền nào 2% của ta thì này thành được này. Các bạn ơi cho tôi không phải tầm 17 kg và 92 và 20 và 3 và 0 not instance interaction justification link explanation. Đeo ơi anh Nguyễn Hoàng Long chụp ảnh với cả Tờ Linh. Tôi có ý này sốt của mình không? Thật không? Làm gì đây nữa? Rồi quá. Gì thôi, chưa. Rồi biết gì chúc cái Tuấn. Tao bữa nay sẵn à, có là Tuấn Bảo. Bú cái gì cơ? Mày bú cái gì? Tôi đâu có ra quân cảnh vậy thậm chí một lúc vui ơi tiêu sao thu mỗi dòng lính á từ đầu thắng hết anh cần một quân một nhân khác là một lính khác. Quay góc làm việc ấy, quay góc làm việc. Về đây rồi. Đấy, ta quay là đây là cái máy mà bố quay YouTube. Bố quay, đây là cái máy mà tao quay YouTube với cặp màn hình, các kiểu giới thiệu hết. Như quảng cáo. 7/6 rồi. Chưa đâu. Nguyễn Nga thằng tiếng Anh Nga xong 2 nghề mà. Nó bảo là ở trong mấy rồi ở trong season này quá nó cho mấy quả trứng này không anh mở trứng nó xong rồi mở trứng không biết tại sao xong rồi. không biết lắp cái gì luôn để thì đồ đây nếu lắp. Rồi là Tạ Nguyên Vũ một lúc. Phải chưa? Không nhớ à? Quỷ vai một lúc lui. Mấy cái xa sự quỷ quỷ đấy. Đấm. Thế được rồi, thôi. Cho thầy Vũ với. Lâu quá. Có lấy cái đéo cho mày không vậy? Anh nhớ biết đánh cái gì nữa đấy. Chán quá nếu đánh cái gì. Ôi Vũ tập hả? Ok mà lùi ơi. Sao ra ngoài đánh nhìn mày đi phải thật giống quá. Chịch. Cho anh đi bài thật dừng này thôi cũng xoay bài. Không được lui. Tao đánh chán quá người ta đây mới đánh cái gì giờ ra con muốn tiền đánh con đấy mà. Giờ tao đợi tao cứ nháp môi xong rồi ra con gì đánh con đấy, đánh cái bài đấy. Đây quan của bài gì đánh cái ấy luôn. Tượng kinh ấy nhưng mà cút. Là cuối là lỗi huy hiệu thật dừng không. Đúng rồi, để chơi rồi lốc vòng một thứ. Nhưng mà ngôn ngữ không phải tiếng Việt. Mình đang nói cả về linh vật chớ trừ chân lý, thực ra là đang nói ví dụ lốc mày không biết đâu. Còn không có cái mũ một thủy yếu đéo chịu. Rồi được 2 chiếc. Cái thằng này quen nhỉ, trước đây phải không? Phải không? Bữa con nuôi. Phải không? Kinh vậy chào. Thật ra thần dừng để xây bài ấy. À chuẩn không? truy nã. Ai không muốn truy nã đâu mà. Đi tù mày, đi tù, đi tù. Mày đi tù, mày chơi, mày chơi. Một, hai, ba, bốn, năm, mày đi tù. Mới là ông anh đấy à? Quỷ nhỉ? Ông ấy thích gây chuyện không? Nghe thằng ngon à? Nghe thằng ngon à? Chuẩn đấy. Rồi. Chỉ quanh à? Để cho nó. Găm đầy găm mày à? Phan tí đầy găm rồi đó. Đéo. Bèo rồi. Vì bớt một lần mà nhiều găm ấy. Vì bớt nhiều găm cực